Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Jessica Myers. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ignition Zones, where visionary leaders come and get ignited. Oh, my goodness. When I tell you I had a week, networking is very key to me. I want to prove it to you. I want to shoot my shot. There is somebody that I know that she was in real estate, and I've been following her through the years. And last night at this networking event, I met someone on her board, and they are amazing group of ladies, boss women in entrepreneurship, in athletics, in so many different crossroads that I feel make for a perfect opportunity. Because if you don't know, I actually was one of the youngest to join the Hilton family back in 2020, 2021, my partner and I. And I developed some relationships with the Hilton executive team that, though it was a couple years ago, the meeting I met last night felt like this is why I had this connection. So I tell people all the time, I come up with deals and they're like, well, what is a deal? We don't get it. So I'm going to show you in real time how it feels like old mate, where you got this relationship and you got this relationship, and how can I bring them together as the person who orchestrates it and synchronizes a beautiful thing, right? But I have to bring the vision to life because you're probably a little confused. And honestly, I just came up with this thought on the way to the studio. So I was like, let me show live on air how I use and leverage the power of AI to make a deal and shoot my shot. Because somebody shot their shot with me. That's how I wound up at the event. And the way they made it so easy for me to say yes, I was like, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I really just need to tap in. So my producer here, we can pull up the screen. So look, I have you guys right now into my computer. I'm going to show you how I use AI. Now, I already told it. I was like, look, man, we in public, so you better behave because it can go off. And that was another thing that I realized. I was talking to somebody. They were like, you could talk me into it. They was like, watch, talk me into it and see what happens. So if y'all okay, I know I'm nice and pretty and smiling right now, but I'm going to actually talk me into it just to see how I get it. Like how you would talk to, like, man, get it done. Just get it done right now. I don't want to hear any other excuses. Okay? So y'all bear with me. But I'm going to shoot my shot and tell them, be like, okay. So one of the things with AI, I'm going to reference what I need. I'm going to start off referencing what I need. And I'm going to write a prompt. It's called prompt engineering. Can you help me get my thoughts together? I have a potentially great idea, and I need help making it all make sense so that it's a win-win. Because that's one of the things that I specialize in, and reason why people are like, oh my gosh, because it's a win-win. There's ways for me to win. There's ways for you to win. Everybody can eat because we come together and bring this synergy. So I'm just going to brain dump right now and tell it all the things that I just told you. So like, hey, okay. So as you know, and it already knows me because I've uploaded articles for it to see who I am. I've uploaded a lot of my work. It follows me. So it knows me. Right. And so it's like, as you know, I have been a part of the Hilton family for years now. And they have resources to help create hotel owners. So I always say, what problem are you solving? Because I believe that everyone has, like, the problem they have and you don't even realize you may have and be the solution for, no matter where you are in the mix, right? So yes, it's Hilton, and it's this great, amazing brand. They call it the Hilton effect. How many lives around the globe have been impacted by Hilton, mine being one of them? And I know that when I talk to some of the leadership team, that they have a heart to develop more hotel owners. They were like, we just wish that more people wanted to create hotels. Now, when I was in the height of what we were doing in real estate and going around, and everybody's like, I want to be a hotel owner. I want to be a hotel. I want to be a hotel owner. But did you know that there is a pipeline program that they have that actually connects you with properties that they have, maybe Hiltons that need a new owner, maybe a brand spot that they want to grow and expand in, and they don't have ownership in that area. They have a need for what you have. And this is where it goes into my framework, the C plus O plus S, the Deal Maker formula, where you have the opportunity, they have the skill set and know-how and can train you. And they can actually help link you with funders who can potentially help you fund the deal. Literally, they got capital partners. So once you get the C plus O plus S, you have a deal. People may not know about it, but this is where they can come and find the resources, but you aren't even searching. You're out here scrolling on Instagram like, I don't know how to get into the industry, versus thinking, how can I merge two worlds? So because you're not thinking of it, don't worry, I am. That's how I'm the deal maker. And this is how I feel like I have a problem that can create a win-win solution. So this is where they have access to resources to help create hotel owners, right? So I know and have a really great friend here in Atlanta who runs an athletic club. So let me tell it. Athletic club. And they target entrepreneurs. Okay. They target business owners. Okay. Knowing what you know about me, how can I make this play work? We have how about we create a pilot program. I love calling pilot programs because that means it's new. We're going to try it out. Are you a first adapter? Will this solve your needs? So it's like, we're going to create a pilot program. And this is what I mean by set the date, right? Because when you go back and you set the date, we're going to create a pilot program that starts mid Q2 or Q3. Plan out this 6-week program designed to create more hotel owners. So what I'm asking is, hey, you know who I am? Like, I'm the Kirk Franklin who brings it all together and synthesizes it. Okay. Now you know who the athletic club director is. So there is opportunity there because they're looking, when I went and saw one of their, like I mentioned, ran into somebody recently, they were like, we want to get into hotels. Well, how do we do it? You want to get into hotels? Say less. Let me leverage this connection because they need more hotel owners. So somebody wanting to understand, I need to get in the hotel world, doesn't know that this brand actually needs more hotel owners. They want more people to say that. So if I know this and I know these two people, I'm going to leverage the power of AI and shoot my shot. Okay, this is a little different here. We just want to take a little pause. I want to make sure that you check out this new app, Pocket Sound Bath. It's amazing. Take a pause. Do nothing. Stop that. Okay, now get back to the episode. It's a lot of great information. I just want to make sure you take a pause. So let's hit enter and let's see what it does. Okay. Okay. So what it's saying, the Hotel Ownership Lab. I like that. So it helped me name it. I'm going to come up with a different name because I need to make sure that I don't just take it and copy it. So that's where you go in, and you copy what it says. So we can bring up a Google Docs. Okay. I'm going to bring up Google Docs. And now I'm going to take everything it said. I'm going to put it over here in Google Docs. And then now, so you just hit this little copy button right here. And then you go over here and paste it. And then now I go back and I tailor it, right? So it just broke down a 6-week play. Now you go back and you're going to customize it and make it your own. Don't take it straight from here. That's why I put it over here so that you can see it. Is that making the font bigger? Hold on. Select all real quick. I'm just trying to make the font bigger so that you guys can see. So it came out with a whole pilot program. Okay, so it says that combination can become a structured ownership pipeline, not just a class. Instead of a program about hotels, position it as Hotel Ownership Lab from operator to owner in 6 weeks. Because I actually used to have a course called From Wholesaler to Hotel Owner, and it's actually still available online. But what it does is it shows how I take my outlook as a wholesaler, which looks for opportunity. We look for, hey, where can we find something where it's been the 5 Ds, where it's been death, disaster, disagreement, divorce, or disability. Those 5 Ds, whenever people say, oh, I can't find a deal, well, did somebody just die? I mean, we're coming up on the eve of my mom's death, and there are things that we had to orchestrate with her estates. There are people that, while we live forever, there are some people who don't always make it, right? So you're going to have somebody that unfortunately passes away. You're going to have people who divorce. There is no way around it. There are people who divorce. Then there's people who age out because no matter what, time is ticking. We just celebrated our 20-year high school reunion last year. Time is ticking. We're going to get to our 30th and then 40th high school reunion pretty soon. So you got death, divorce, disability, disagreements. I know when I had some partnerships that didn't go right, we had to liquidate everything and call it quits. Like that's what you do. There are disagreements. They need to get out of the deal quickly so that someone else can come in and take it to the next place. And we said disagreement, disability. Which one did I miss?
You said all 5.
Divorce. Oh, disaster. Disaster. Yes, if there is a disaster or something like that, a tree falls on the house and the house, just like a car, is like, oh, it's disaster. And some people choose to just take the money and walk away. So there is 5, with those 5 Ds, you can find opportunity anywhere. And that's what I was showing people, because a lot of times when you want to come in, I just want to start from the ground up. There are so many hurdles in the 0 to 1 that it's like, it reminds me of the time that I fell in Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier, as a lot of people, if I can even say the name, they know, like, oh, Lake Lanier, and people don't make it out of that. I know I didn't until I relaxed. I was getting panicked and because I don't know how to swim. And I found myself in the middle of this huge lake that's known to take people out, maybe a city under here. Oh my gosh, what's going on? My husband looked at me and said, relax. And I had to relax. And I relaxed. It was like, oh, okay, I have a life jacket on. You know, yeah, this murky water, I can't see what's underneath it and who can come and grab me right now. But my friends are turning around. We're going to figure this thing out. And sure enough, we got back in the boat. I just relaxed. So even now when situations get so high and intense, and I just like, relax. Because starting from the ground up is not easy. We spent 2 years looking for a deal from the ground up. I mean, some of the application fees are upward of $75,000 just to apply. Like I know some of y'all, you know, you applying to apartment complexes and to other things, and they be like, oh, it's $100 admin fee. No, this was like a $75,000 admin fee. And it was like, wait, who gonna do that? This is how it took so many years. Versus as a wholesaler, go to somebody that's going through the 5 Ds. If you go to someone that's going through the 5 Ds, you got the solution for what they need. So that's where me shooting my shot is, how do I found this company that's the solution for what you need, and I can put it together and create something. Okay, cool. So I don't really have to go into what all it says, because really I just want to show you how I use it. So you got to go back, straighten it up. But more importantly, look, so I use ChatGPT to get the strategy, because I love using chat. And you got to think about this too. When you go in the AI world, it's like going to the arcade where you got to have your coins and you got to have your tokens. So if you don't have that many tokens, When you go to the arcade, you can't play that many games. The more tokens that you have, the more games that you can play with. So I have way more tokens, and it's easier to get tokens on chat than it is for some of the other programs that I'm going to use. So I use chat to get my idea together. Because if you go to those other programs and try to get your ideas together utilizing the more expensive platforms, you will run through your coins that much quicker. So especially if you want to keep this free, because really what manages the free to paid is just the number of coins you get access to. And some of these programs, they do unlock more features the more you use them. But I really like the strategy. So cool. It said that we can create how entrepreneurs become hotel owners. Okay, I like that title. So it's telling me to invite the Hilton, invite a lender, invite an operator. And an operator is the person who runs the day-to-day. So yes, you have the flagship brand and they help you get reservations, but you need an operator because most people, especially when I tell them the hotel and they're like, well, where is it? They're like, well, did I move? No, I don't go there every day because there is an operator in place. And there are management teams that specialize, and one of the operators that we use, Commonwealth, they actually specialize in bringing underdeveloped, utilized assets and bringing them back so that they are performing in good standing. So look, it says, if you want 10 plus one in, run the cohort. Okay. So now I need to create how entrepreneurs become hotel owners cohort. So now I'm going to take that. I'm going to go to Claude. Hey, Claude. I got to tell it, I'm recording my show so that it can act right. Because sometimes it'll be, it'll zone off and I want to make sure that we get it right. Ignition zones. And I need you to. So I want to showcase the power of a seed to bring it to life. A friend of mine, I'm going to copy and paste the information we just got from over there. How entrepreneurs become hotel owners. Create my pilot program. Here are the details. Okay, so I'm going to come back here, get the details. And I'm saying create my pilot program. I just pasted the details and I'm going to watch it work. While it works, so a friend of mine, he just mentioned, he was like, wherever you are, close your eyes. And he was like, now open them. Everything you see in your eyesight was once a thought. Someone somewhere had to think of this pen to get it right now to me. Someone somewhere had to think of this computer and all parts of it so that it can exist to now bring to me. So if understanding everything was a thought first before it became the water bottle, the ink pen, the computer, the parts, I literally have to understand the power of a thought. That may be the more powerful thing. The power of a thought, because a thought then when cultivated becomes the seed that plants. Like, yes, the pen was a thought and it took the seed, but it took the materials that it took to even make the pen. The materials had to be there for them to make something from it. If you don't have the materials there, you can't even make. So what I'm saying is AI empowers you to help get the materials there faster. So now if we go back to the computer, look, I have a Hotel Ownership Accelerator that right now is a 6-week turns entrepreneurs into hotel ownership groups, not theory, a real deal pipeline. 15 participants to 20. We can do hybrid and all of these things. So one of the things that I learned in one of the cohorts that I'm in is the power of a SWOT analysis, which tells me the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of an idea. And once you have that, you can create a plan. So I'm going to show you how. I'm going to say, look how they designed it and everything. Like, they designed it beautifully. Like, I can actually take this, download the file, And then now, look at that. It says design and launch the event. Draft your Hilton sponsor pitch. Like it's already ready. It's already right there. They show you right now how to create and accelerate. And mind you, this is an idea that I'm working on, and it feels like it's already done. That's the power of like what AI can do. Because once you feel like it's already done, and I send this to the power players that be, it's an instant yes because it solves my problem. I see where I can easily fit in and make it happen. But maybe you wouldn't say yes to something like this. Okay, so let me copy it. And it's asking me, what do I want to build out next? Next, I want to make sure we go through a SWOT analysis of this idea, stress test it. Okay, so I'm going to ask go through a SWOT analysis, stress test it, and refine as necessary. I'm trying to be mean to it, but I don't even, honestly, I don't even know what words to say to be mean to it. That's just not me. But okay. I am so grateful for the thoughts because once I put it here, right now, I'm going to go over to Gemini. Oh, I need to confirm. Hold on. Let me make sure we are in. Okay. So look, it just did a SWOT analysis. Now the SWOT analysis is going to give me my strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and then it's going to go back and correct itself. I always like taking AI through a refinement process. Like I never like taking just the first one. Even with chat, I didn't go too far in because y'all ain't about to waste my tokens. But I didn't go too far in, but I would have, if it were a real vision or idea, I would have really gone in. So SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Even if you have an idea and you feel like, well, chat is just going to parade me and say, oh, great idea. Give me another great idea. No, tell it to stress test your idea. Tell it to act. Why is it a bad idea? Tell me why this idea sucks. I tell that all the time. Tell me why this stuff sucks. And so, the more professional way of saying that is give me a SWOT analysis. So that's studying my strengths, understanding what works about the deal, where are the weaknesses in my deal. So that way, if there's an objection, right? Because I'm doing something I just thought about this morning. If there's an objection, I've already thought through what that objection could have been when I think about the weaknesses of the idea. I already think about, okay, he may already think about my bandwidth. So cool. That's why I partnered with the athletics club because they got the infrastructure and the people. Or, maybe one of my weaknesses is getting, like I said, the people. Well, that's where it's showcasing the partnerships that are already in place that helps to solve that problem. And then we identify the opportunities. What did I miss that might be like something as simple as, oh, for the pilot, we can sell t-shirts. Now the t-shirts become a revenue stream. That's an opportunity. And the threats are, well, if there's an economic disaster or something like that, well, actually that creates opportunity. So it's weird to even say that. But if there are threats, like what threats am I missing about this opportunity that I need to prepare for? So let's go through the SWOT analysis. So it did an honest stress test and it was like the concept scores a 7.8 out of 10. It's strong, but I got to resolve some things. So I guess this is why people use both of them because it's like, hey, we need to fix this out. Get one credentialed hospitality voice, a current franchisee, hotel broker, or Hilton development rep attached to the program before any marketing goes out. Okay. Well, good thing there's somebody right here that has a little bit of credibility. So run the validation breakfast first. One event, 25 people, no curriculum built yet. If 10 people ask, how do I sign up? That's where you go. If the room is quiet, then you've learned something for free. So one of the things that it told me to do, so stress test the idea. Okay. So now it says, okay, here's your strength. Is that you sit at the center of four worlds that really overlap. Okay. Here's where it needs refinement. Don't describe the program, describe the intersection. Okay. Then next, it has my weakness. Most educational programs struggle to find quality students. Well, that's where it's telling me to name that club that I have a partnership with, because that's what's going to show the quality. So that's going to help to pass that. Now with my opportunities, hey, there's an angle of my other venture that I got, Pocket Sound Bath, where, wait, it could be the differentiator that helps. So it's showing other opportunities that I may have missed. Then now most cohort programs with certificates ends in a room full of capital. That's a fundamentally different value proposition, because you aren't just learning, you're entering a pipeline. And so, it says formalize the deal day as a branded event for the Hotel Ownership Summit. So this is the graduation, is saying, of the cohort that I create the pilot program. So now I'm going to ask it to create the business pilot summit. Okay, the Hotel Ownership Summit. So this is going to be the graduation. So you guys see what I'm doing? So I need to go back here and tell it, like, okay, a graduation. Okay. Now I want to create a Hilton ownership. What did we call it? It was okay, I may have to paste it. Okay, Hotel Ownership Summit. There you go. Powered by Hilton. And then this is going to be the graduation from the 6-week cohort. Okay, so mind you, now I'm going to go back. I'm going to copy what it said. And I'm just going to now put it here. So I like having them talk back and forth because I get different opinions. Okay. So I get different opinions. And now I'm going to say, help me make the revisions you suggested. And then I'm going to show you how this all comes together, because when I say assume the close, I need you to have assumed that this is going to happen. And so now we just need to set a date. So it's making the revisions that I asked for. And it's going to ask me a few more questions. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to do, okay, this is a light flex, but really it's just to get information. I'm going to Google. So I just need to Google real quick the information. I want to showcase a lot of the information about our deal to show credibility, because what it's saying right now is that we're lofty and we don't have credibility. So I want to show one of the articles that helps to provide credibility. Let me see. All right, you know what? Let me go. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to select all, hit copy, and then I'm going to use this. So credibility. So I'm going to say, okay, when do I want to host this? So right now I'm saying start with a breakfast. Let's do the next 30, 60 days, because it might take time. I know I like to do stuff last minute, but people, you know, they don't want to be sprung up on. And so here's more context of my ability. You can build the program around Jessica. Okay. So now it's going through and it's thinking through it. Now, mind you, I'm about to go through all this and we're about to have a ready and available idea and function that's already designed out. And I'm about to show you how. So they're building out the week to week, what it looks like. So they're helping me to develop my pitch. And they're even going for, hey, make sure that the flyer is including this. They're giving me tips on the marketing. And then it's telling me like what I can offer. Like it's helping me to strategize all of these things. So I need to tell it too. Okay. So that's me giving an update on the credibility because now it can build out a more detailed program. So I just inputted information. Now let's go back to chat to see what it's saying. Here are the details for the cohort. So I need to copy and paste this. So I go here, copy. Now I am jumping back and forth because remember, I want to strategize with chat. Okay. And now you're going to see how it all comes together. Okay, so we are not giving advice. That's what it said to make sure that we look at. And it's looking at our Hotel Ownership Summit. Okay, now we're about to go to our last program here, and it's going to help make it all make sense and bring it all together. So I just laid out my entire pilot program. This is refining the pilot program. And you see now it's giving me all of this. So it just laid it out. And it gave a SWOT analysis update because I had already asked it about my SWOT analysis. So now it's saying, do you want me to write the program description? Yeah, let's write it out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Lovable. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to feed it so much information. I'm going to take all of the content that we discovered here, help me to create a landing page. Okay, so I just asked it to help me create a landing page. So here's the copy. So this is how I take it from idea, oh my gosh, should I talk to them, to going and strategizing with AI, getting my thoughts together and clear, and we're not even 30 minutes in. And now I'm about to copy the landing page. It laid out the program format. Look at that. It has the graduation experience, who this is for. Remember, the graduation experience is the actual summit where they will have all of the people there in the ecosystem that they need to make a decision of how to buy. And I know this because it's my 3-part formula. That's the only reason I know that that's who they're going to need at closing. It's a 3-part formula. So it's taking the hotel and now I'm moving it over here to Lovable. And I just took my copy right here. You know what? Actually, I'm going to put this copy into Claude. Oh, you see Claude is over here creating something. It's creating an accelerated program. But I just want to put it over here because I wanted to, Claude has a softer way of speaking. Claude is totally different from chat. So I'm going to put it over here. Hey, Claude. But I think it's actually building it's actually building it out over here. So while it's still building and going for me, let me just go to Lovable and start it. Okay, and so I'm gonna hit enter. I just took my landing copy and I'm like, hey, come over here, help me bring this to life. And so, what you want to talk about? We can talk about anything while we wait, while it creates. We can just talk. That's where you go and you pop popcorn while your idea is coming to life. And this is what they mean by the AI. Well, AI will go and do it for you. Look. Here's the program that I just created. Look at this. This is what it will allow me to now send to both parties. Doesn't this look and sound a lot more official than, hey, I want to go, I don't know, and I want to close a hotel, or I'm thinking about getting a real estate, versus, hey, let me partner with somebody, and that just so happens to be me. That's why I chose an example that like, cool, okay, we can put this in. So that shows the credentials and the leverage. Now it shows the program. What makes this relevant? Now it shows the program. It's telling the story. I didn't come from hotel money. I came from just a woman with a dream. And now it shows the conviction. It shows who the people are. Now I need to change that. I don't know why it has my husband up there, but I need to take that out. But I can put in other facilitators. That's where I can put in the 6-week the athletic program. And when I present this to them, I can say, hey, what do you think? Who this is for? The target that we reach. Look at all this that it laid out. This is the deal day. And this is what I was talking about, the summit. So we got the 6-week program that leads into the summit. And then now here's where I talk about what it costs to make it happen. This is where I will need to put in a few more details, because that's where, before I send it off, I need to make sure that those things are possible. And I can even put in his LinkedIn profile, which will help too. Let's see where we are on getting this website built up. So that's what we got already just from Claude. So it's a few more tweaks that I'll have to do to make sure it's right. But doesn't that look like something you can go ahead and send right now for a program? You'd be like, oh my goodness, I really need to create that program. Now, the thing is, you're going to have to be in integrity and do the work and actually go through the program. So that's where, it does take some know-how and the discipline and getting all those people together. But remember, we're swirling and putting together these two worlds. This is how deals really come to life, because what I don't have, I go and partner with. And now AI just helps to make that easier and simpler. So yes, AI can be the thing that takes over robots, or it can be the thing that brings you economic and financial freedom. How you can put together this deal and make money off of this deal. And maybe let me ask it, since some of you guys don't believe it. I'm like, wow, this is so powerful. How can I really make money off of putting together this deal? Because it's a win-win for both, because now the athletic clubs can tout that they create hotel owners and they work with hotel owners and they have a program. And then now Hilton gets to partner with them and get a pipeline of students that are ready for ownership, that are trained, and that they have all of the resources, and that people understand that Hilton has and provides these resources for people. It's like being in this Invest Atlanta program. It's so many resources with Invest Atlanta. They have $100,000 business grant that they're like, look, go get the business grant real quick, and then we can come back and we can talk about what you can do with the money. You got to have a plan. Look how quickly I just created a plan. I just created a plan in 30 minutes, and it's building it out still, what we have. But literally in 30 minutes, all it takes is a plan. And so I just asked it just now. I said, cool, give me more realistic financial goals. And look at what it's laying out. It laid out a 3-year revenue projection. Isn't that something easy that people can see? Like, okay, cool. If I set this amount of money, they get this number of students, they follow this target, they go with these KPIs, their key performance indicators, therein lies success. And one of the things I love too is it loves my pie in the sky ideas, but it's like, let's still bring you back down to reality. Let's still show where you can make money. And let's start with the MVP, because I don't know if you saw, but it said start with a breakfast first. I was kind of read through it fast because there's so much information. And when I do this, I genuinely read through the information, but I'm trying to truncate that down. But look at what it created. You see this? You wouldn't think this was an idea. Would you think this was an idea if I sent you this? You're like, oh, she just started that. That's an idea today. Well, it's not much color. But aside from the lack of color, I was like, cool, become a hotel owner in 6 weeks. An invitation-only pilot program for entrepreneurs who want to learn the real path to hotel ownership, powered by industry operators and real estate developers. Look, we got the Hotel Ownership Lab. Here's the blueprint. It's laid out instantaneously. Here's the graduation. The pilot program is designed for these people. Here's how to join. Look at this. And all I got to do now is build it out. Idea's done. And now I go to the athletic director who I just saw at a networking event who said, hey, contact me. Now go to her. Hey, what do you think about this program? Then I go to my contact with the Hilton executive team. Hey, what do you think about this program? We can showcase what you already have. We just want to get more people to it. And if they say fine, that is how we do the deal, how we strike the deal. I lay out the parameters, what the investment requires, and we put it all together. I make it make sense, and I can ask it to keep, I mean, you can keep going down the wormhole. So we're going to end it right here, but I wanted to show you the power of bringing your idea to life. And now what I do is I can publish this. And if I want to get real fancy, I'll put in my own. I'll put in my own things. And now it's published. Now, this website, like I said, I mean, I'll put it on my own. But now, all you got to do is text this to a friend and ask them what they think about it. Well, it's publishing. So it's still coming out. Oh, look, you see it's still spinning. Once it finishes spinning, it's up and running. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you bring your visionary idea that's pie in the sky. Now we have a pilot program. It's saying start with the breakfast. And it's something that's tangible and real. And okay, so now they said the website is live. I can literally send this website to someone and they can apply right now. It will take them to the cohort. And let's say I apply in April, May, June, we're in March now. Let's say it's July that you start. But now I can show that there's interest for it. It's a wait list. Set up a wait list. Like, hey, I got 12 people that are interested in experience. You don't think by now and May I'm going to figure something out and get it together? It's going to all work. And that is the power of moving forward, taking your idea from pie in the sky. This is something I thought about last night to making it happen. Ignition Zones is about creating the space for visionary leaders to expand your thinking, expand your mind, what you can create. So I'm going to take this time out now, ask you a simple favor to like and subscribe this video. Share this with a friend that needed to know, that thinks that the world is going to end when AI takes over, but it's the person that's using AI that's going to win when AI takes over. So hit me up as always. You know, you got it. Let's get it. Let's go.